EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us at the Mercedes-Benz Superdome in downtown New Orleans. The setting in this dome just serves to amplify the excitement of the folks in New Orleans as their Saints burst from the tunnel a moment ago. They're set, and we're set as well as the Saints get ready to do battle with the Baltimore Ravens. Justin Tucker set to boom this one away. And we are underway from the Superdome. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
Ready? You ready? 48 months. I got you. Ready, take.
They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. It'll be a Saints first down on a pickup of 13.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Ready.
So from the 36 now, first and 10.
Here we go.
A give. This is Kamara. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. He'll get 15 and a Saints first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
The delay of game backs him up 5, first and 15. They fake the give. Here's Breeze. Rolling to his right. He'll air it out. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Thomas, 54 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Yes, Michael Thomas is a volume receiver, but he can also make some really big plays, especially with Drew Brees throwing the football.
I love the way you described it. Volume receiver who can also make big plays. In other words, if you underestimate him, he'll run past you or he'll just jump over the top of you and continue to make those big plays.
Lutz with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. And the former Heisman winner, this is Mark Ingram. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on 1st down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Here we go. Slam, slam.
Jackson. And this is incomplete. He was looking for Mark Ingram there. And now it's 3rd down. Charles, already trailing by touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. 4th down now after a loss of 2. So on 4th down, the Ravens will call on Sam Cook to punt it away. Back deep, Deontay Harris. This is taken at about the 14. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And coming up on their 2nd drive of the game, had the touchdown last time out. Now they have the football back. Chance to really seize early momentum.
Feels to me like they had a really excellent week of practice. It all came together, but I'll bet you it got galvanized in the locker room in pregame. Somehow I think the head coach, his oratorical skills were on point.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 20-yard line.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Check, check, check.
On play action, it's Breeze. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Play action. Breeze. Dancing to his left. Airing it out deep for Smith. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
How about this offense already feeling good about themselves with a touchdown already in their 1st drive? They've certainly come out firing, even though that one was incomplete.
With the 7-0 lead, more apt to take a shot like that downfield?
Hey, you're 1 to the good. Go ahead and try and press your advantage.
1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. And it may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop.
The 37-yard line.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant.
Here's Jackson to throw. He's going deep for Brown. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2.
I got you. Hey, switch gears, switch gears.
From the gun, Jackson. Eluding the pressure right. He gets it to Brown, complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Marquise Brown, 63 yards, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. And nothing too crazy there. A quick slant, and then he just had a seam. He found a seam.
And when you hit it on the run like that, and I mean the pass right to the receiver who's already in motion and moving, sometimes he just takes it and runs away from everyone else.
And he ran it into the end zone. And the defense, they've got to adjust there quickly. That's tough on them.
That's really tough because everything was executed well. Ball was out of his hands quickly, into the hands of the receiver, and then he was gone.
Tucker with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
And 7 at the 28-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Get that quarterback and all. Six guys. Check 6 guys. Hey, kill.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And this will go for 5 up to the 33. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, it's working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
Ready? You ready? 50 seconds to Mike. You don't want this.
Breeze looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And he finds Cook. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. His first Catch good for 8 and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Ready. Yellow lady.
Watch the run. Watch the run.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
These two teams all tied after one.
With the score tied 7-7.
Here's a 4-receiver look now. 3 of those guys out to the right side on 2nd and 8. To throw, it's Breeze. Complete. Smith has it. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Ready. 5'9".
57. All day, dog. Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Tight right. Tight right.
Now Breeze on 3rd down. This is caught by Gill. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. Now Breeze. And it is incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And this defense will take over right at midfield. And he'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on 4th down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. You know, I've seen, you and I have both been to practices where we've seen, hey, 3rd down situation, big 3rd down alert, lock in.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Marcus Davenport able to drop him for a loss of a couple. After the sack on 1st down, Jackson stepping up. He's going to keep it. And he's got this down to the 35. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. 1st down, 18-yard gain.
1st down, Ravens.
Watch the out. Watch the out. Hey, check.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And finally, wrestled down at the 11. Turns out to be a great idea to tuck that one. Good for 24 yards.
Containing him is becoming a big problem. We've already seen this once earlier on this drive.
Yeah, and so now 2 times this has happened. Do you adjust something?
Yeah, I think you do. I think you got to start thinking about your rush lanes. Try not to either get too wide or too narrow. Make sure someone is there waiting for him to take off.
And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. Sheldon Rankins able to get him for a loss of about 3.
Watch the screen. Pass. Kill.
Another try after the first down sack. Jackson got a man. It's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Hollywood Marquise Brown. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Ravens have taken the lead. Now he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
A boost here to start the drive. After the penalty, it's 1st and 5.
Push him back.
Following the penalty, it's Kamara. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
A loss of a yard brings up 2nd down at the 29-yard line.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7. Fans, a reminder, I have a note card here that says ad-lib halftime previews. So I guess let's do just that as we'll hand things over to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando when this one reaches halftime. Did I do okay?
You did great. Not a bad job.
Hey.
But, writing down your ad-libs.
If you print, I'm going to read it. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. From the gun, it's Breeze. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Defensively, that's Earl Thomas, the all-pro safety, knocking it free.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Now, their last 2 drives both ending in touchdowns. It's got them this 14-7 lead.
And it looks to me, and I think you're probably seeing the exact same thing, they're in an ideal spot now to create some separation. The way that they're functioning on offense now, they can create a pretty good gap. Allows their defense to play with a little more verve and confidence.
A big article in the paper this morning about them stringing possessions together for consecutive touchdowns. Well, right here, they're trying to make it 3 in a row. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. And once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10.
Mike 56, Mike 56. Hey, check. 56 to Mike, boy. 56.
To throw again, Jackson. Snead's got it. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down. Here's Jackson. Forced out to his left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Demario Davis. He's the culprit, dropping him for a 2-yard loss. Now, following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12. Now Jackson. It's complete to Snead. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. Now Jackson on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Marcus Davenport picks up his second sack of the afternoon. They come up on second and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Steps away to his left. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock.
Intended for Nick Boyle. Incomplete. It's third down and 13.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Final play of the half here. It's Jackson letting one go deep for Roberts. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. This fielded a few yards into the end zone, and no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show him one thing, hit him with something else.
And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Demario Davis able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Jackson now. Open man is the tight end, Nick Boyle. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A gain there of 21 yards.
And the game just keeps evolving. Big guys running those corner routes, so difficult to cover.
56 is the mic. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Motion, check. Shift.
Jackson on first down. Brought in left side by Snead. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore first down. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Check 43.
They run from the pistol with Ingram. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 45-yard line.
56. Stop your whining.
On 2nd and 11 now. Jackson. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Jackson. And he's got Snead. And they move this all the way down to the 9. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pumps from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a bit fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And this is picked up by the Saints. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
All I know, partners, that with every play call that came in, there was a little discussion about, hey, we can seal this bad boy. We can really put ourselves in a great spot to take total control, and yet they find a way to cough it up.
Yeah, the 2-score game opportunity eludes them, and now a chance for the other side to come back here.
Yeah, that means defense has to go out there and make some plays themselves. So we call sudden change. Let's see if the defense is mentally ready to take care of it.
Opposite. 61, matchbox lights. Hey, easy.
They begin on the ground with Kamara. And he's able to get this across the 10 before being taken down. The Saints 1st down there on a gain of 11. They held him in check in the first half, but that's his longest carry of the game right there.
So would this be the definition of fresh legs since he didn't get much done in the first half? Now he has a great opportunity. He's taking full advantage of it.
They go play action here on 1st down. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line.
I think most quarterbacks would love to have the goal line actually extend up into the air and turn into a wall. They can put their back against it and know exactly where they are on the field so they don't end up in the end zone. Didn't do it on that play, but perilously close to the goal line.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. He was trying to get it that time to Ted Ginn, but now it'll be 3rd down. Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. Shotgun now for Breeze. Open man is Michael Thomas. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. Much more room to operate under after the big play. Here's 1st and 10. Off the play fake to Kamara. It's Breeze. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
That's his 2nd sack of the game, and the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
Looking long for Thomas. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas. They set themselves behind the chains, tried to get it all back in one play, and it backfired.
Didn't it feel like a pitcher working his way into a 3-0 count, right? You're behind. What do your coaches always tell you? Get it back one pitch at a time. In this case, they tried to get it back right away, and it didn't work out.
49, check 49, check 49. Watch the twist. Watch the twist.
The drive starts here with a carry by Ingram. Trying to turn the corner, but they string him out and stop him at the line of scrimmage. Marcus Davenport there to take him down. Tried to get the edge there. The defense just too quick to the ball.
That's what we call total team defense there. Can't get to the edge, no place to move it inside, and then allows everyone else to run to the ball and create a big-time tackle for no gain for the offense.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That's good for a Raven 1st down, 15 yards there. Jackson now 5 straight completions here in this 2nd half, 1st and 10. They run, it's Mark Ingram. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Here we go. Here it goes. Mike 56, Mike 56. Good trap.
From just shy of midfield, Jackson. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
To throw is Jackson. That's into the hands of the tight end, Boyle. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
What you got? Shoot.
They'll fake the give to Ingram. Now Jackson. He's going to take off with it. Oh, no, he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Saints. Through an opening, and there he goes. And he's into the end zone. A fumble return and a Saint touchdown. So they were down by a touchdown, probably just hoping the defense could hold them, maybe force the punt. Instead, they forced the turnover and take it into the house.
Well, the plan was perfect. That's exactly what they wanted. Instead, they got a lot more than that. Big-time capitalization by taking the ball away and putting it in the end zone.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a 1st down. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. From the gun, it's a run for Ingram. Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
From just shy of midfield, Jackson. He's going to find his tight end, Boyle.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Jackson looking to throw on 3rd. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sack back at about the 43-yard line. The sack coming from defensive end Cameron Jordan. Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going for this thing on 4th down. They'll try and throw for it to Jackson. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Eli Apple. So how about that for a momentum switch?
We're in the 4th quarter, and it's a tie game. You've got to take care of the football here. Now their opportunity to take the lead right out the window, and everything is flipped in the other direction.
They start the drive on the ground. Kamara's got the 1st down and then some. 17 there and a New Orleans 1st down. Those are the types of runs they told us they want to see more of. Look, they'd love the 60 to 70-yard runs, but those 10 to 20-yarders, they can help you win a ball game.
And that means everyone's invested because you know the big guys up front, that's what they do. They try and move people. But when you get your perimeter guys involved downfield, that means that they care about the running game, and they know it helps their team.
Staying on the ground on first with Kamara. He'll get only a couple down to the 44.
It went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
Ready. Yellow lady, yellow lady. Wild Bill, Wild Bill.
Breeze leaves this one with Kamara. Another 2-yard gain there, but they'll need to do better this time. It's 3rd and 6.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Working from the gun, it's Breeze. And he finds Cook. And he's taken down inside the 30. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens' 29-yard line. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Kill.
57.
Kamara trying the right side. Matt Judon there to bring him down.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
Ready. 95, 56.
57. Hey, here I come. Here I come. Here I come. Here I come.
Kill.
Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping.
They run it again with Kamara. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Ready. 5-9.
57 for Mike. Come on, baby. Let's see what you got.
Breeze to throw. He may try and run for this. 8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a 1st down. So there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the 4th quarter, picking up the 1st.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time, and that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way.
And that's going to be caught. Touchdown. And they've broken our tie here in the final minute.
Did you see them hold up 4 fingers at the start of the 4th quarter?
They were ready.
They were definitely ready. They may or may not have done that, but they certainly have played that way. The 4th quarter has belonged to them, and now the lead belongs to them as well.
And it's no good. Well, that could be a critical miss here in a 1-score game in the 4th. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss.
The Ravens take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being...
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Von Bell. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line.
And that one, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to come up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw. And it'll wind up being intercepted.
Ready? Yellow waiting. 5-9. Here we go, D.
Here's Kamara out of the pistol. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter.
Ready?
This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8.
Double time. Even. 4th down. Even.
Back to throw, Breeze. And now off to the races, down the right side. Touchdown, New Orleans. Taysom Hill, 42 yards. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further.
And that touchdown should make you feel comfortable. But do you really feel like it's totally over yet?
Not totally, but I think you're pretty much there.
Yeah, you still got to make sure you stay with it, do all the right things down the stretch, especially on defense. But that touchdown there, you've got to feel good about your chances.
Picked off by Tony Jefferson. He's at the 50. He's at the 40. 20. Well, that was almost a 4-point swing. The interception, if he had returned it all the way, would have been 2 for them, but just a little bit shy.
And when it's a play like that, you're exactly right with the math. But don't you feel like it would have counted for more if they found their way all the way back to the end zone and gotten the 2? That changes the whole momentum, doesn't it?
That's fielded in the end zone.
The Ravens take over.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They have a little bit of time left here, but this one not going to go their way.
And this is where, in this situation for me, you just go ahead and run out the clock, shake hands, congratulate.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore.
It's just been one mistake after another on the offensive side of the ball. That's now 3 interceptions to go along with 2 fumbles for him. And if you're going to turn the ball over 5 times in a game, your chances to win have to be about 100 to 1. And it's not looking good for him here.
So after the INT, it's Breeze being chased out left. He's going to air this thing out deep for Thomas. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. Oh, very close to a turnover there in the end zone. Thomas the intended target, but it'll be 2nd down.
Ready.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Check. Single.
Breeze is looking to throw. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey.
Intercepted by the Ravens. His guys take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because...
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. So this one, a victory here for New Orleans. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the 2nd quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half. And